Inquisitive minds have watched primary and high school students working on our coloured Sudoku puzzles for years. The basic rules of our puzzles are similar to those of a standard number Sudoku. Each horizontal and vertical line must have one of each of the available colours placed in it. Over and over again, we've seen that without instructions on how to solve Sudoku puzzles well, most students default to using a guess and check method. Sometimes students use guess and check to the extreme. They place colours on the grid without much thought at all, and then they try to correct their mistakes. This rarely ends well. More often, we see students use some level of reasoning mixed with guess and check. They place the correct colours on the grid in the obvious spaces, but then start to guess once these obvious spaces are filled. Sometimes this method works, but more often than not, students get themselves to a place where there is a mistake, and then they resort to swapping colours around to try to correct themselves. We believe that the best way of completing Sudoku puzzles is to completely throw away the frustrating guess and check approach, and to use the puzzles as a way of practicing logical reasoning instead. The number one rule to this method is never guess. Only place a colour on the grid when you know for certain that that is the only possible way the puzzle can be done. There are two ways that we suggest students use to complete puzzles after remembering this important rule. The first is to look at the puzzle one line at a time. Obviously, lines with only one colour missing are a great place to start. After this, start looking for lines where even though there are more colours missing, the colours can be determined without any guesswork. As you move through this process, the puzzle will unravel before your eyes. Another way to complete the puzzle is to work on one colour at a time. If a certain colour can't be completed, just move on to another one. Again, the important thing to remember is not to guess. We find that the logical reasoning approach to solving Sudoku puzzles teaches students a different way of thinking. It allows them to see the value of sitting back and taking in a situation before diving in. It also starts to reinforce a key to mathematical problem solving. Problems may be solved in many ways, and the most efficient strategy is rarely guess and check. Consider other problem solving strategies first.